So, Shinobi Striker just released a new patch update, and there was a lot of changes, and they ended up nerfing a class that I don't really think needed these nerfs. I thought some of the buffs and some of these new weapons that the class actually got helped them be able to compete more in matches, and now they basically got rid of that. And the class I'm talking about is range types. It's a sad day to be a range type, especially if you have the Inferno Sword and also the Hanzo Sickle. But we're going to talk about that in today's video, man. I know y'all are probably surprised to see me doing a patch video, but I'm thinking about adding this to the channel, man. So let me know in the comments how you actually feel about this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things. And today's anime question is going to be, after you watch this video, let me know which patch update, which change do you think was the best? What was your favorite change from this recent patch, man? But if you want to see more anime game content, make sure to join the Discord pinned in the description, and let's go ahead and hop straight into this video. Alright, so we'll look at the key points. Some key points of the new patch is one thing, ultimate techniques. There was a lot of gauge adjustments, make it where you can get it faster or get it slower. Also, there are a lot of range type weapons nerfed, with it being the Inferno style sword and also the Hanzo Sickle. Also, Kamui from the defense types got a huge nerf, which makes this not as cheesy, and also they made some adjustments to hit stuns whenever it comes to using the Kurama Claw, and also the Valiant Strings that just came out. I feel like they nerfed the little Valiant Strings really quickly. These things literally just came out and they already nerfed it. But we look at the weapons, like I said, the Kurama Edge, they basically made it where there's a smaller hitbox whenever it comes to the mid-air combos, and also it takes longer for you to actually cancel out of your mid-air hits. Now, actually, I didn't really notice too much with this weapon. I was still able to kind of basically hit the infinite, but we do know that they kind of got rid of the sub-lock with the attack type, so I mean, the Kurama Edge, I don't think it really just got too much of a nerf. The Valiant Threads, though, they did change this one a decent amount, so they made it where the mid-air heavy combination is a little bit different, where the people are not going to be stuck in the air, allowing you just to hit them with anything. Now it's actually going to do an automatic follow where it pulls them in and then you kick them back, and it's the same thing for the ground combo. It's just going to slash them where they're standing, and then they're going to go into a crumble animation. So it's no more of that being stuck in mid-air and not being able to move, which allows people to hit certain moves on you. So this is actually a pretty big nerf to one of these weapons. So we look at the Inferno store, they basically made some weapons to the light attacks and made it where you can't actually cancel out of it, and also the heavy attack, so you can't spam it now. You try to actually spam it and just do the normal heavy and just spam it out, it won't work anymore, and now it forces you to actually go into the second part of the combo where you shoot out the X. You can no longer just spam just a normal horizontal strike. And they also made it where you cannot put people in infinites anymore. Now it's going to put them in a different type of stun that allows them to still move, so you're not going to be able to just hit them in the same infinite over and over again and knock off their health. This is a big nerf for range types, considering that this was very cheesy, and this was a way that range types can really eat off some of your health. And they made a similar change to the Hanzo Sickle with the heavy attack, basically making it where the stun is a lot less long, and you're not going to be able to just set up things with this anymore. It does still stun them and it brings them in, but they're going to be able to get out of this really fast, and you're not going to be able to get those hard to hit jutsus with this anymore. So we actually move into some of the class changes, the attack type. They nerfed the teleportation jutsu, changed it where it doesn't no longer increase the ninjutsu attack power, but instead it increases your close range attack power, which, you know, makes a little bit more sense for attack types, allowing you to get some better melee combos in. They also buffed the Rasen Shuriken, making the activation faster and also making the tracking better. Now, I do think this one is still a little bit easy to dodge, but it is nice that they're actually touching this jutsu and trying to change it and make it better. They also worked on dynamic entry, and they nerfed it, and they made the cooldown actually 18 seconds, so plus 3 seconds now, so maybe a lot less people will be using this now, but I still think it's pretty powerful. They actually buffed the Truth-Seeking Scorch, making the cooldown faster, so now it's 6 seconds, 4 seconds faster than what it was before. They've made some changes to Baryon mode as well. They did a buff. Now whenever you use Ninjutsu 2, you can actually chain into other moves faster and actually do better cancellations. They also increased the attack speed and the invasion range when you're in this mode, and I'm actually pretty curious why they buffed this one. I already felt like this jutsu was pretty strong, especially when it comes to flag battle, but let me know how y'all felt about these changes for the attack types. We move into the range types. Most of the only jutsus that got changed with them is the Flame Light, and they basically made it where the damage is a lot less. You can actually see that it doesn't really do nearly as much damage, but you still can get that burn effect. And they also made adjustments to the Fire Style Giant Flame Bombs. Basically, the gauge is going to allow you to get it back quicker, and it increases fire jutsu after you use this. This isn't going to work on Inferno style jutsu, but I do think this is a pretty good change. I didn't really notice too much of a drastic power boost in actual fire jutsu, but let me know if you actually find some good combinations. One of my favorite buffs in this patch was the Steam Imps. They basically made it where the clones are going to explode faster, and this basically they explode at the same speed of C4 Kagura now, and this is a very viable ultimate, and I definitely am going to be starting to have this on my builds now that I know these clones are going to be blowing up faster. And they also made some changes to the Secret Red technique, making it where you're going to be able to get it faster and you're not going to be able to have to wait as long in matches. As far as some defense changes, they extremely nerfed Kamui. They moved the cooldown to 21 seconds, which is pretty crazy considering that it used to be at like 15. So now you're going to have to wait even longer to actually be able to spam your ninja ninja tools after the new update to the Kamui. So let me know how I actually feel about this change. They also made some changes to the Demon Hunter, making it where it actually has a more of a ninjutsu damage buff. It was already pretty good with the War Fan, but now with even more of a damage buff, it's even better now. They also made some changes to both the Water Prison Jutsu and also the Rosary Bondage, and they made it where basically it's going to take more health off of you whenever they're stuck inside of the bubble. So this is going to be pretty good with some combos, especially when you're pairing it with also Sand Shower and things like that. And the last defense change was to Bomb Blast Dance. I couldn't really get to see this one, but basically what it is, you're going to be able to get it back faster, and also it has a little sub lock mechanic that's going to basically just prevent you from using your subs for a little bit whenever you get hit with this. And lastly, we go over to the healer changes. They made an adjustment to Hard Light, increasing the attack power, so I can already see people pairing this with Crimson Drizzle and stuff like that, since this is going to make your damage even higher. They also made some changes to Insect Jamming, making it where you can't get rid of the debuff. So how most of the time you'd actually better use the Shadow Clone tool, or also Emergency Exit, or also Cellular Extraction to get rid of any of the status elements. That won't work anymore, and they're going to stay on you, which is a pretty good buff for this jutsu. Feather Illusion is going to take longer for you to get it now, so you shouldn't have to worry about people spamming this as much whenever you're on flag battle or on maps that, you know, can get pitfalls and stuff like that as well. Vapor Fog, they made it where enemies move slower, so you're going to be able to get more of that damage off whenever they're actually inside the fog. And lastly, they made it where Izanami is going to take longer for you to get it as well. So it seems like the healer types, they really wanted to make some adjustments to the jutsus that people use for pitfalling and things like that. But let me know how y'all felt about all these balance updates and stuff like that, and how y'all felt about this video and me actually going through this and breaking this. I know like some of y'all said y'all are visual learners. I had people saying that on my JJK video when I covered that patch. So if y'all like me covering this Shinobi Striker patch, I'll continue to try to cover these patches as we go through them. But me personally, I think my favorite change was definitely to the Steam Imps, and I think I'm going to start using this jutsu a lot more, man. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man. Yeah.